Hey guys, hey, we're going to do things a little bit different this week. Got an email last week from Kelly. He said Christmas is coming and he wondered if I had any ideas. He wanted to paint some lures for some of his friends for Christmas presents. Well, that email gave me an idea of what I wanted to do for today for this video. You know, that is the time we might be able to paint some lures. We got some friends, but I thought I've got 2 or 3 things that I've actually painted that are a little bit different. Maybe not necessarily something they're going to go take to the lake to go fishing, but it's something you can do with your painting and you can give to your friends, and it might be something for a little bit of a unique Christmas present to go along with it. So we're not going to paint anything today, but we are going to go to the workbench. I'm going to show you how I did, what the steps were to it, so you have an opportunity, if you want, do something like that yourself. Now, the first one we're going to start with is going to have a sports theme. So let me explain that a little bit. I got this idea for something I was going to do with somebody that was a football fan. Well, I'm in Nebraska, so we're going to take the Nebraska colors, which are red and white. I guess they're actually probably crimson and cream, but everybody just says red and white. So I was basing painting a lure on red and white. Now, wherever you're at, wherever your buddy is, you got a favorite sports team, basketball, football, whatever it is, they have colors. Usually they got 2 colors, and that's the 2 colors you can use on a lure like this. And let me show you what I did and how to make it a little sports theme. We'll go look at that one, and then I got a couple more to go along with it. All right, guys, we'll start with my sports theme fishing lure. As you can see, I put numbers on, going in my case it was red and white, but you know, whatever team you have is what colors you had, the 2 colors you'd use. Let me tell you a little how we did this. Now, first thing is, just like any other time I'm using a wrap, we had to put a base coat on. So in my case here, the base coat is red. Now, in case you're using red or another color, you know, kind of in this neighborhood, please note, I still painted the lure white first. It is amazing that the red is nice and bright here, but if you do not put that white base coat on, you'll find that red turns real dull. So whatever color you're using, put that white base coat on. Probably the only exception I know of is black. So in this case, I painted everything totally red first. And as far as the number is concerned, show you here, I purchased some sticky letters, and basically these are 1/2 inch letters. I ended up doing red and white because I thought at the time I would probably leave the numbers on. That was my idea initially, was to go ahead and stick the numbers on the side, and then when I put the 2-piece top coat over the top, that would seal them in. But instead, I never ended up using the red letters. I painted everything red, got it dry. I just stuck the numbers on. I put my wrap over the top and then painted everything white, pulled everything off, set my eyes, put my top coat. So I didn't leave the numbers on the way I thought I would. Excuse me. Now, there's variations to this. You can go the other direction, paint it white, put your numbers in wrap, paint it red over. You have the dark uniform instead of the light colored uniform. And one I thought about later, but I didn't try. Let's take this lure and paint it red. It's going to be all have my base coat red. And now from the eye right to the back, I'm going to put a piece of masking tape right across here, cover the bottom. Instead of 1/2 inch numbers, I'm going to go with 1/4 inch numbers. And I'm going to put my numbers on the top side, and now I'm going to paint that white, or put the wrap, don't put the wrap, whatever you want to do there. Now when I pull everything off, I'll basically have a jersey. I'll have a red pants and a white top jersey. So there's lots of variations you can do with this, but the basic is just a sports team lure. If your fishing buddy has a special player that's his special player and you got the numbers, you can put the numbers right on for the ones that would mean the most to him. So that's my sports team fishing lure that's a little bit different than you can use and your buddy's not going to find somewhere else. let's move on. This is one I've done a video on before, but for your veteran friends, is my patriotic lure. There's videos on this. I think the last time I did this, I don't know if it's 4th of July. I have done the video on this to show exactly how it's painted, but in case you don't go back, I wanted to show that. Your basic design, here's one not finished yet. Your basic design on this is going to be, I believe in my case I did the red base and then put on pieces of masking tape. I put my pieces of masking tape on, painted again, pulled the masking tape off. That's what will give me the stripes. Now in this situation, as far as the stars are concerned, I now did use stars like this. I bought them, I found stars like this. They were gold, so I just painted them white. And in this case, I took the real little stars once they were painted white, and I did stick them on, and I left them. Those are the paper stars underneath, and then they have the top coat on it. The top coat does hold them in place, which, as I said, was kind of something I was thinking to do on this one, but I ended up taking them off. So seeing as how it was successful here, you may be able to just try putting a number on and leaving it. You may be able to try that and see what happens, but that gives you two different ways I've done this. Now my last one is a little bit unique, all right? My last one's a little different and definitely something that your buddy's probably not going to take to the lake and go fishing. Yeah, it's a golf ball. You always got a buddy that's a fisherman and a golfer, and he can't decide if he wants to go fishing or if he wants to go play golf. So just plastic golf ball. Pick these up. I don't know if they're practice, what they are. I'm not a golfer, all right? But they're plastic. I bought them at Walmart. The key is I take, in this situation, and I cut a groove in it. Now, I purchased some bills, some little plastic bills. The two places I usually get my stuff is Barlow's or Lure Parts Online. Either one will probably handle these. They're basically for somebody that's carving a wood lure and it needs a plastic bill, but let's face it, it's a piece of plastic and this is not going to be used for fishing. If you carve yourself out a bill out of any piece of plastic, as long as it's kind of stiff anyway. But in this situation, I cut a groove. I put some glue on this, super glue, and I just shove it right in the groove. That'll hold it in. You're also going to need a couple fish hooks that you're going to take the eye of the fish hook and drill holes and put them in. When you get all that done, you're going to paint it, and what you're going to end up with is a golf ball fishing lure. I got the bill on it. There's the eye hooks. I took the eyes off of other lures and off of fish hooks. I cut them off, super glue, put them in, set of eyes, put a hook on it, and this one happens to be painted in a bluegill pattern. But you could paint it anywhere, but for your buddy that likes to golf, likes to fish, he can never make up his mind which one he wants to do, well, you got the fishing lure for him. It works for either thing. And I hate to say it, you better caution him. This probably won't work in the water, so it's probably not best to fish with this. But that's it, guys. I just had 3 options here, or 3 things I've done that are different, that you can paint your buddy some regular standard lures, but something a little different like this to throw in, something he's not going to see anywhere else, something that was specialized just for that person you want to paint a lure for. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.